The heavyweight division to me has returned, and returned with vengeance. We now have rankings and players that can fight each other for the next, I would say, 5 to 6 years at the least. The players include my number one, my number two right now, Anthony Joshua. Number one for me is Tyson Fury. Number three is Deontay Wilder. And then you go down and you try to figure out who's up next, who's in the cards next to be part of this boxing dynasty for the millennia era. And Jarrell Miller was Anthony Joshua's previous opponent. It was a good talk fight. Talk fight means Jarrell Miller can talk his butt off. I mean, he can talk crap all day long. I love that. That's fun. Makes me anticipate the fight. Makes me want to see one guy get knocked out. I love the pleasure of listening to Jarrell Miller talk trash. However, Andy Ruiz Jr., and I left out Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is a close 4 in that ranking. Andy Ruiz Jr., to me, is the next prospect. There's another gentleman by the name of Joseph Parker, who Andy Ruiz Jr. fought. And when you look at his record, Andy Ruiz has 1 loss. You know who his 1 loss to? And it's controversial. Go watch the fight. I think he won the fight. Andy Ruiz is really an undefeated fighter in my eyes if you watch boxing. He's 33-0. These are 2 undefeated fighters fighting each other. Because he beat Joseph Parker in that fight. My opinion. He beat him. That is the only loss on his record. Now, with clarity, he's not necessarily fought better fighters than Joseph Parker, in my eyes. There's been a lot of cans that he's beat up. His toughest matchup was probably against Sergey Liakovich back in 2014 when he was just starting his career. That said, he now enters the realm of the big dogs. At the same age of Anthony Joshua, people seem to forget how young Anthony Joshua still is. I guess I'm getting older, but 29 though on the cusp of the wall, as some guys say, for some people. 29 now, you have another 3-4 years of prime if you keep yourself healthy. And with AJ at his prime, 29 years old, you got to ask yourself, hey, who can really beat this guy if he's going to continue to maybe have 1 more year of improvement of skill set? And everyone's talking about Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is the topic, of course, of everyone's mouth versus Anthony Joshua. I'm bringing him into the fray because people seem to always forget. They always forget that Anthony Joshua has the better lineup of fighters that he's fought. Anthony Joshua didn't necessarily fight a whole bunch of tomato cans on his way up to winning the championship. I'm taking this time out to actually look up Deontay Wilder, to put those guys side by side, right? And really show you. Proof is in the pudding. When we look at Deontay Wilder, I'm going to put Anthony Joshua to the other side. It went from a Andy Ruiz conversation to a, hey, stop talking trash about Anthony Joshua. It's foolish. It's foolish. Deontay. Let's go up top. Dominic Brazil. Okay. Dominic Brazil. This was a warm-up fight for AJ, and he battered him with a TKO. Though not in the first round, I don't care. He battered Dominic Brazil horribly. There was no matchup, in my opinion. Maybe a second of something, just like there was a second of something in this fight when Dominic threw that overhand right and stunned Wilder, but did not take advantage of it and ran in with his chin up. Tyson Fury is the best fighter on Deontay Wilder's resume. And Luis Ortiz comes in a close second. After that, after those two, the level of competition goes so far down the rabbit hole. It's ridiculous. All right, it is so far down. And if you look at the lineups, no offense to Gerald Washington, he had great potential to be something special. Maybe still does, but he needs to develop more power, in my opinion. Bermain Stavern was washed up. Chrissy Ariola, I mean, that was a good fight. He was an up-and-comer, but now has become a journeyman. Spiker was okay, but look at these guys. I mean, how can I say, he's a champ? Look at this. Look at these guys. David Long, Damon Reed. Seriously, go look up. Go on the yellow pages and look some fucking plumbers up. I mean, oops, I cursed. I mean, look some plumbers up and see what you get. Now these guys will kick my butt. I get it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying level of competition. That's why I respect Lomachenko. His team went in and said, I don't want to see any of these guys on my record. I don't want to see any of these type of guys on my record. They have to have proven something. Now Loma had a big amateur background, and that's also why. But however, let's jump into Joshua. He has cans in the beginning, right? He's fought Jason Gavern. Let's say midway point. Where's Jason Gavern? Jason Gavern should be somewhere in this realm, right? You don't want to see a Jason Gavern on the upper half of his climb, but he is. He is. He is. All right. And then, you got Kevin Johnson. I agree with that. Should that be a little bit higher? Didn't he fight Kevin Johnson as well? No. So that's a good fight for Dylan White. So this is where it got hard for him. All right. They kind of fought the same type of fighters, but Dylan White to me is a strike above Ariola or Washington. Charles Martin, I don't know where to put him at, right? But maybe he's in the Spiker range. Dominic Brazil, they even each other out. They both fought Eric Molina. But now you get into these tougher fights, and you got to have some question marks here. Vladimir Klitschko is better than Fury or Luis Ortiz in the shape that Vladimir came in. The shape that he came in for this fight versus how he came into the Tyson Fury fight was night and day. This was the best I've ever seen him. So I think that trumps three of these guys. Takam is no slouch. Takam may be equal to, he's not equal to, but he's maybe a class B to Luis Ortiz. Joseph Parker, an up and coming superstar. Some people may say, I don't want to take that risk. He's up there. Alexander Povetkin, proven champion. Okay, if you look at this from his championship climb when he's had the belt, there's no slouches that he has fought. Yet, we go to the other side, and I know Dominic was a mandatory. We get some great fights from Wilder with Ortiz and Fury, but then we get Dominic Brazil. No offense to Dominic. I mean, he earned it. I think it was a mandatory. But then we get Dominic Brazil. So now to even that off, he says, let me fight Andy Ruiz. But Andy Ruiz is a different beast. Andy Ruiz is a step above Dominic Brazil. Andy Ruiz beat Joseph Parker. So he's in another big championship fight. Okay? This is another big championship fight for Mr. Anthony Joshua. And the outcome may be contrary to what some people may think. This fight may go the distance. The advantages are all across the board except the weight to Anthony Joshua. Longer reach, higher KO, more movement. But Andy Ruiz Jr., though a Mexican fighter, has some James Toney in him slightly. He has that Mexican toughness that I feel like they're just born with. And now he fights the world champion, to me, of the universe. Champion, I said. I didn't say best fighter because I think Tyson Fury's long reach and awkward style can be a confidence binder for you, right? Because he's just so unorthodox with his style and his head movement. However, I think this is a great fight. I think potentially John Ruiz has a chance to hurt AJ. It will go longer than 2 to 3 rounds unless there's a lucky hit, which Deontay Wilder didn't do himself any favors in Brazil that knocked him out. Now he has no training. He hasn't trained for anybody, and he's going into a fight possibly with Anthony Joshua after Anthony Joshua tries to beat Andy Ruiz, where he's not really ready for a battle. It's not been tested. Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury was beating him up for almost every round. After it was a knockout that gave him the advantage. He was beating Wilder up. Okay? Plain and simple. I don't care what anyone says. Now he goes in with Andy Ruiz, who I think is going to give him a good matchup after fighting Povetkin. This is a setup for failure for Deontay Wilder. This is a setup for success for Andy Ruiz, win or lose. He gets catapulted, if he can last over 4 to 5 rounds with Anthony Joshua, as a future contender, as a fighter with a great skill set inside, James Toney-esque, and what he can do inside at times, in moments. Obviously, if he was James Toney, he would be world champion. That's one of my favorite boxers. James Toney at heavyweight would clear this whole house out in his prime. That said, I love Andy Ruiz and what he brings to the table from a competition perspective for Anthony Joshua. This is an opportunity to really test Anthony Joshua's mettle. He's fought tall, he's smaller fighters, he has a well-varied range of skill sets. Everyone brought a little something different to the table. Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, why I'm going here, needs to step up with one of these 5 guys. Either a Dylan White, either a Carlos Takam, a Parker, a Povetkin. Fight one of these guys before you go into the Wilder fight. Fight them. Or you're going to go in a mode where you've never really faced this level of competition with power and movement, because Fury is not a power fighter. We go into this match June 1st. Expectation is for Anthony Joshua to win. But it's more than that, and that's the reason for the video. The reason for the video is a setup for Deontay Wilder. Anthony Joshua has the better body of work. 95% KO, 22 fights, 21 KOs. Who's the real knockout artist here? They're equal. They both have power. They both have size and length. It is a tale of who's fought who. And in that realm, Anthony Joshua has won. Off works from signing off. Check out the fight June 1st. Joshua versus Ruiz. Stepping stone for Ruiz. Anthony Joshua preparing himself again in a tough way for the championship match with Deontay Wilder. I'm out.